thewiseguystcg.com. Make sure you check us out. Let's get into some new content. What's going on, guys? Pegasus from the Wiseguys. Come in, close the door, have a seat. Good to see you guys. I had to talk about this fun version that I've been messing around with this deck. I really enjoy Drytron. Y'all know I do a lot of content on it, and I don't quite have all the cards, so I just wanted to kind of show it in an online fashion, and it's kind of cleaner this way anyway sometimes. Really, I wanted to start off with the Carbuncle and Rainbow Bridge of Salvation thing. Obviously, with Beatrice, most of the time you're using it to unbrick you. When you don't draw the Drytron names, you just kind of get to either a Ben 10, it's probably Ben 10 and a Choju together, and then dump in with Beatrice. It's usually the way that you go about it. Sometimes there's like niche ways where you may have a hard time out here in these streets, and you just need Herald of Perfection to use as a 6 too if you don't have a lot of fairies. It goes without saying, that's like weird niche scenarios, but definitely the rest of this, you don't have to play Carbuncle. You can definitely just put the Magic Key stuff in, or just put in more Drytrons. You can do what you want, but this is just what I've been messing around with. But I definitely had to mention that Big Dipper and Ursarctic Drytron and a lot of the Ursarctic stuff is really, really bad. There's no way around it. But after kind of noticing that, I really just looked at, okay, how minimal could you play it and will it work? And this is what I came up with. I really feel like you only need the field spell just as a fusion material for flagship, which is down here. And it obviously allows you to add a Drytron, and that's where I kind of went with the combo. I don't know if this is far too bricky to play, because I definitely see that there's plenty of bricks that you can draw. Dawn of the Herald definitely is a problem to draw if you don't like have a way to get to the perfection. You should most of the time, because all you have to do is really get to a Ben 10, but then you got to have other fairies. That's what I mean. Like, you just have to, it's like everything is kind of pseudo bricky, because if you don't open anything but the Dawn, it's not the best all the time, and your hand may call for something else. Not to mention the Bestials, not to mention people are playing Crow, not to mention people are playing Droll because of Vanadium. I mean, it's just tough sledding. Obviously in the build the other day, I wasn't playing Orange Light. You got to play Orange Light if you're playing like any kind of combo variant. But without further ado, I'm just going to get straight into it. Definitely recommend Danko right now for those Labyrinth decks. But yeah, guys, I definitely wanted to just kind of show off just like a random combo, and definitely wanted to start off with my 3 favorite rituals, just locking people out or snatching people's stuff or just beating people over the head with Draconids is really, really crazy. But I wanted to show a 2-card combo that kind of can show what the Ursarctic stuff can do. Drytron Nova, you just need a way to alpha. You can basically activate its effect, but you can also do it in some other ways. You want to save it, and I just wanted to show you have an activated alpha, you have an activated zeta, and you want to get to an Appaloosa before you set up. Activate Drytron Nova to special out alpha, and then special with Ursartron, Ursatron. Forgive me with that. To special out alpha. The alpha is then going to get you to Fafnir, and then the Fafnir is going to get you to the Ursarctic Drytron fusion spell, which is going to help you to summon flagship, and then from there, flagship triggers when you summon a monster, which you just take off the alpha that you're going to use later. Hopefully they don't Bestial you any time before now, but definitely you have a strong ability to just open well with alpha and zeta if you open Drytron Nova and again the other alpha. Now from there you would then add zeta. I'm gonna say you can add any of them. Obviously you can, if you already have zeta, don't go grab zeta, go grab gamma, go grab delta, go grab whatever you need as far as the Drytron and or Ursatron stuff. If you wanted to add something to this engine, I wouldn't recommend it because the stuff's just not good enough. But this combo I feel like is good enough. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Anyways, add zeta, then from there you take the 2 level 7s. This is a 7. And yes, the other Drytron, the newer Drytron, is a 7 as well, to then special out 2 tokens. And then from there, take those 2 tokens, because you can do that, to make IP Masquerena. And then you have an Appaloosa with an IP, and then you have Alpha, and you have Zeta, and you have a Ben 10 in rotation. Now, obviously, I had to mention as well, guys, that this card can be like extra material for the Fafnir in your extra deck and allow you to not have to waste bodies. You can just banish it from the graveyard. So I really feel like if you're going to play this combo, I definitely feel like it's decent. It has a few extra bricks, as I said before. There's plenty of bricks that I don't really like. Again, and kind of touching back on the list, I don't like playing this many bad cards. You can probably take out this, and it would run very, very smoothly. That's just my opinion. Maybe more delta, more gamma. It's just up to you. You kind of mess around with it. This may be enough fairy targets without this, but I definitely wanted to add that just because it's kind of cool, and you get to add a field spell, which is really, really key. Obviously, with all these cards, you have a little bit of show this real quick. Just kind of showing all the cards that I kind of talked about, kind of separated from each other. I just definitely feel like Big Dipper being a brick is probably the biggest problem with wanting to play all this, because it just doesn't do anything, and I couldn't find anything to add with their Ursarctic stuff that's worth it. So guys, let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. Decent enough. If you love Drytron, I feel like if you didn't know this, now you do. So maybe it's something decent. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Pegasus out. Arrivederci.